Hi. The vaginal canal, is it a muscle? Really interesting question, isn't it? Here I have my pelvis today to demonstrate. I have heard some educators talk about like using jade eggs or pelvic weights and have directed people to squeeze the upper area of their vagina. And so I wanted to clarify that the vaginal canal itself is smooth muscle fiber. You cannot voluntarily contract the internal vaginal canal itself that leads to the cervix and the uterus. You can contract voluntarily the pelvic floor muscles. You have a deep layer that are going from your tailbone all the way up to that pubic crest, up the pubic crest to that back tailbone, and then across from sits bones to sits bones. So you've got your sit bones at the back. You could feel those when you palpate up underneath. This is the vulva, and these are our superficial muscles in the superficial pouch that have and I love the names of these ones, bulbospongiosis and ischiocavernosus, and these do have quite a strong correlation to muscular contraction for orgasm and sexual function. But this with the lips here and the vulva, if we go inside the vulva, we are moving into the vaginal canal. So this canal here, if you can see, it doesn't have muscles around the vaginal canal. You're going to have fascia around all of these areas supporting you in the pelvic area, but they are smooth muscle fibers. The other smooth muscle fibers that we have in our body are areas like the gut, the intestines, and even our eyes have smooth muscle fibers. They're under control by the autonomic nervous system. These are not under our direct control from our mind to our body in terms of, oh, I want my food to digest faster, or, oh, I want my vaginal canal to be tighter. They are under control in response to stimulus, but we know one of the things that we can control that affects our autonomic nervous system is our breath. So if you take a breath, and we know that this is going to affect our vagal tone, our vagus nerve, which is in charge of a lot of those autonomic nervous system functions. And so we encourage the parasympathetic nervous system, which I say is like your parachute system. Yeah, it slows you down. It's your rest and digest function, and then you have much more fertile kind of ground for relaxation, for sexual function, both from a biochemical perspective, but also then from this physical perspective, that we're relaxed, that we're safe and relaxed. Those are the things that definitely can help us when we talk about our autonomic nervous system and smooth muscle control. When we're talking about our actual muscle control of what we can use, we're talking about our pelvic floor muscles. And any sense of getting an upper lift into the organs is really the sense that with our muscle fibers, you have got that hammock. And if they're looser and more relaxed, they are going to be a hammock like this. And when we talk about a squeeze and lift, which it should be, sometimes squeezing and bearing down actually can open up things. We bear down and that can relax and straighten out the rectum for stool. But so if we're thinking about not bearing down, but a squeeze upwards and inwards, it shortens those muscle fibers, and you can see that it lifts upwards. That's the type of response that I'm talking about for a pelvic floor muscle contraction. It's the muscle fibers coming together and shortening and lifting upwards. It's like the waistline. If we relax our abdominal muscles, our bellies go outward, and then as we contract, the belly comes inward. I hope that's helpful for anyone to think about the inside workings of your body and how you can feel and sense those inner organs, those inner muscles, and how they work as a symphony together. Blessings. Any more questions, please feel free to reach out.